I don't even know how to start this, because my heart is full of so many feelings right now. And it's not anger. It's not jealousy. It's not about trying to control you. I swear it's not. It's just that when I saw you today, God, you looked so breathtaking, so dangerously beautiful that it actually hurt. My breath caught in my chest like someone had punched me with a wave of desire, pride, and, if I'm honest, fear. You looked so good, baby. So good that it scared me. And I've been holding this in, swallowing it down, trying not to say the wrong thing. But tonight, I need to speak from a place that's raw and real, even if it's messy. Because I love you more than I've ever loved anyone, and it's eating me alive not to say this out loud. You walked in, glowing, effortless, like every cell in your body was lit by fire. Your skin, your energy, your confidence. You were pure art. Every person in the room noticed it. Every pair of eyes turned. And while part of me felt this crazy pride, like damn, that's my girl, another part of me tightened up with this ache I can't shake. Baby, I know you dress for yourself. I know you don't owe anyone an explanation. But when you wear something like that, something that hugs every curve, shows every inch of skin, that I've come to memorize with my fingertips and in my kisses, I can't help but feel like the world is seeing a part of you that I want to protect, not possess. There's a difference. I need you to know, my love, that it's not about the fabric or the color or how short it is. It's about what it does to me inside, because I know how men think. I've seen their eyes, their body language, the shift in the room when you walk in like that. You're not just attractive, you're magnetic. You make people lose focus. You make their thoughts wander, and the idea that someone else might be seeing you the way I do, might be undressing you in their minds, it wrecks me. You're not a trophy. You're not here for their attention. But when they see you like that, I know what they're thinking, and I hate it. I hate it because I want that intimacy. The parts of you that make men look twice, to be mine, privately, quietly, sacredly, not shared with strangers across a room. I know this might sound selfish. I know it's not my place to dictate anything about your body or your choices. That's not the kind of love I want to give you. But this feeling is so deep in me, and if I keep burying it, it'll start turning into resentment or insecurity, and that's not fair to either of us. I want to be the kind of man who tells you the truth, not the kind who stays silent and lets things build up until they explode. Baby, you're irresistible. That's the truth. But please, not like that. Not in front of everyone. Not when I'm right here, trying to hold in every scream that says, mine. Because when I see you dressed like that, all I want is to wrap you in my arms and keep you close, shield you from the world and whisper, you don't even know what you do to me. You don't need to show off to be seen. You don't need to reveal more skin to prove your power. You already have all of mine, all of my attention, all of my heartbeat, all of my loyalty. You're the most powerful woman I've ever known, and you don't even need to try. Just existing beside me, with your hair tied back, your favorite hoodie on, no makeup. Even then, you undo me completely. But when you step out in something that feels like it should only be seen behind closed doors, I feel this desperation. Like I want to hold a sign that says, she's not available. She's spoken for. She's mine. Not because I own you, but because what we have is too precious to be looked at by anyone who doesn't know how sacred your soul really is. I hope you can hear my heart in this, baby. I'm not mad at you. I'm just scared. scared of how fast you undo me, scared of how much I love you, scared of how deeply I feel this need to guard the love we've built from outside noise. And tonight, when you walked in looking like that, I knew I had to speak, because keeping it inside was no longer an option. You're too important. We are too important. You know, baby, I've always been the guy who kept things inside, played it cool, shrugged off emotions like they were nothing. But with you, everything is different. You don't just walk into a room, you walk into my soul. You don't just wear something, you wear my thoughts for the rest of the day. And tonight, when I saw you like that, I swear I couldn't focus on anything else. My mind started spiraling, not because I thought you were trying to hurt me or get attention, but because I realized something deeper. I'm terrified of losing something I can't replace. And baby, that's you. It's hard for a man to admit that kind of fear. We're taught to stay strong, stay silent, don't be too emotional. But being with you has taught me that silence doesn't protect anything. It just builds walls between hearts that are meant to stay open. So this is me, tearing down my walls. This is me, raw and real, telling you that I feel so much for you it sometimes overwhelms me. When I see someone else's eyes linger on you, when I catch that second glance or that whisper exchanged between two strangers as you pass by, something primal rises in me, not anger at you, but a fierce urge to pull you closer and remind the world that your soul is not on display. I know you don't do it for attention. I know you wear what makes you feel powerful and beautiful, and that you, of all people, don't need anyone's validation. That's one of the things I love about you. You walk your own path, unapologetically. But sometimes, baby, I wish that the kind of attention you get from the outside world wouldn't matter so much to me. And yet, it does. It does, because I want our intimacy to stay sacred. I want your glow, your fire, your soft skin and electric energy, all the things the world sees in flashes, to be the light I come home to. I want to be the only one who gets to truly feel that warmth. I want that privilege, not because I think I deserve to control it, but because I'm in awe of it. There's this ache in my chest that shows up every time I realize how magnetic you are to the world, how men stop mid-sentence to stare, how women glance with envy. You're more than beautiful. You're captivating. You're powerful without saying a word. And that kind of power, it draws attention you never even ask for. It scares me sometimes, baby, because I know how fragile something sacred can be in a world so hungry to consume it. I don't ever want you to dim your light for anyone, least of all me. But I do want to feel like I'm part of where that light shines, that I'm not just watching you from the sidelines, wondering who else might be fantasizing about the woman I love more than life. I want to be able to stand beside you, feeling like we've got each other's backs, not just in words, but in the way we carry ourselves, in the way we move through the world as a team. That doesn't mean hiding you or covering you up. It means sharing a language that says, I see you, I protect you, I honor what we have in everything I do. And maybe, baby, maybe that includes what we choose to show the world and what we keep for ourselves. You've made me feel things I never thought I'd feel. Not just love, but purpose, clarity, protection. You're not just a woman I desire. You're the future I crave. The sacred I never believed in until now. And maybe all of this sounds heavy. Maybe I'm overthinking. But I'd rather say too much than not enough. I'd rather risk sounding dramatic than stay quiet and let resentment grow roots. Because baby, this love, it's too real, too rare to let anything, even a passing moment come between us. I just want you to see my heart in this, To know that this isn't about restriction. It's about reverence. It's about the way I worship every detail of you. Your body, your soul, your laugh, your silence. And it's about wanting to feel like that worship is shared, that our love is protected not just by words, but by the little choices we make every day. You're mine, baby, and I'm yours. In every sense, in every breath. And baby, that man, he's going to love you in ways no poem could ever capture. The kind of love that doesn't just say, you're beautiful, but sees your soul in its rawest form and chooses to honor every inch of it. The kind of love that doesn't walk away when things feel uncomfortable, but leans in, ready to understand, ready to grow. I may not always get everything right. I might say things the wrong way or let my fears get too loud. But please believe me when I say my heart is in the right place. I don't want to shrink your shine. I want to build a life where your shine is safe, where your power isn't questioned but cherished, where your body isn't public domain but holy ground. I approach with reverence, like a man who knows how sacred it is to be trusted by you. I'm not here to tame your fire. I fell in love with your fire. But I am here to guard it with everything in me. Not to contain you, but to create a space where you never have to second guess if you're seen, respected, and loved beyond words. Because what we have, it isn't just romance. It's covenant. It's the kind of connection that makes you believe again in things you gave up on. And I want to protect that. I want us to be the kind of couple who doesn't just post pretty pictures, but has real people, who doesn't just dress to impress the world, but undresses each other's burdens behind closed doors. That sacred, quiet kind of love. The one no one claps for, but everyone envies. That's the love I want with you. So no, I don't want to tell you what to do. I want to build something so deep with you that you naturally want to protect it with me. That when you step into the world, you know what we have is too rare to risk for surface level attention. I want to be the man who makes you feel so safe, so seen, so deeply adored that you never need validation from outside eyes. I want to be the one who sees your morning face and still says, "You're the most beautiful woman I've ever laid eyes on." The one who traces your scars and whispers, even this is beautiful." The one who watches you from across a room and feels like the richest man alive just knowing you're his. Love? It's not a performance. It's a promise that I will show up even on the hard days, that I will show up even when it's uncomfortable, that I will fight for us even when fear tries to take over. You're not just someone I love. You're the one I want to build a forever with. And that includes the messy conversations, the honesty that stings a little, the late night talks where we work through the hard stuff because we know it's worth it. I want to grow old with you. I want to laugh with you when we're gray and wrinkled and still calling each other baby. I want to look back on this moment and say, that's when we chose each other again. That's when we got stronger. So baby, if my words ever came off wrong, if they made you feel small or restricted, forgive me. That was never the point. I just love you too much to stay quiet when something touches the fragile edges of what we're building. I love you too much to pretend that everything is okay when my heart's screaming, say something, speak now. And I love you too much to stop fighting for the version of us that lasts, that deepens, that never gives up. You are mine, not in the way people misunderstand, not in control, in connection, in commitment, in soul-deep loyalty that says, I choose you in public and I protect you in private. That says, not everyone gets access to this kind of love. and that whispers when the world is loud. I'll always be here, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard, because real love doesn't walk away when it gets intense. It stays